Let's talk about some hand and wrist problems today. The problem with hand and wrist problems is they aren't hand and wrist problems. They are typically starting somewhere in the tricep. We have a nice big nervous area in the lower portion of the tricep along with a trigger point that can develop, that has a preference to develop over there. Now what this does is it starts to shore up the fascia of our hand and our forearm, pulling up towards the tricep. So we start to get a lot of tightness in our hand, we start to get a lot of tightness in our wrist, and we think, oh, well, I need to work in the forearm or I need to work in my hand or my wrist. And oftentimes this is not the case. How do we start? Well, number one, we are going to get into our tricep with the PSO-RITE, just like I showed. And what you want to do is go on the outside portion of the arm, right on that tricep, lay that peak in there, start to move your hand around, move your wrist around as you're doing this. I can guarantee you, you're gonna find something in there, like right there, that's pushing pain down, or a nervous feeling down into my wrist and my hand. So from that point, what I wanna do is just open and close my hand, move my wrist around, okay? Free that fascia up. Tell this guy up here it's not in control, okay? We want to be open, we want to be free. We can grind up and down nice and easily, but get into that tissue with some aggression, move around, and then we also want to move the hand. Open the hand, close the hand, move the wrist around, so on and so forth. Let's say we did that for about 2 minutes. 4 to 10, 6 to 10, nice deep breaths. You can work around the elbow too. When we're finished with that, put it off to the side, and now we can get our So Good Muscle Recovery Cream with the So Mini. Lather ourselves up all over the forearm, a little bit into the hand, around the wrist too. With the So Mini now, we can use the peak to grind all over the forearm, up by the elbow, down by the wrist. We can also use the side, okay? If we want to start doing a little bit of gliding and scraping in this area, all around the wrist. We have a very thick tendinous band around the wrist called our retinaculum. If you look at this on an anatomy chart, it's completely white, meaning that it gets zero blood flow, almost none. So when you damage this part of your wrist, it takes a really long time to heal itself. In more cases than not, what you have to do is irritate the area to stimulate healing. Irritate the fascia tells the immune system to come bring healing properties to the site to jumpstart that healing again, okay? We can also use the peak once again to work in between the digits of the hand, more specifically between the thumb and the index finger. And then also what I like to do is just work in the palm. Grab that PSO-RITE, that So Mini, grab that peak, work all over the hand, all over the palm with that sucker, getting some pressure in there. And you are going to have much greater success doing it in this sequence than if you were to just work on the hand and the wrist itself. So to recap, start off at the tricep, work in the forearm, and then finish off with the wrist and the hand in order to make your hands and wrists feel so good.